Welcome to Fightmaster Yoga, the place to get your yoga fix. I'm Lesley Fightmaster. This is Yoga Fix 30, day 26. Total body workout today. So sit up nice and tall, crossing at your shins. Take a few long, smooth breaths. Our Louise Hay affirmation today: I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. Thank you, life. So today's practice, we'll move through some hip stretching, some twists, some balancing, shoulder stretching. So as you're sitting up nice and tall, let's start with the neck. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take your right hand on your head without pulling, just let it rest there. Extend left arm out, flex your wrist, and take some long, smooth breaths here. Rounding down through the sit bones, lengthening through the spine. Let's give that neck a little stretch. Inhale to center and exhale left ear toward left shoulder. Take your left hand onto your head, right arm out, flex your wrist. So that left hand on the head, just a little bit of extra weight, not pulling. Make sure to draw your left shoulder away from your ear. And just long, smooth breath, stretching out the neck. And then make your way back to center. As you inhale, bring your chest forward, look up, little arching in the back. And then as you exhale, round your back, chin toward chest, pull your ribs and belly in. Again, inhale, look up, stretch the front of the body. Exhale, round the back, stretching the back of the body. Inhale, coming forward, widen your collarbones, lift your chest, keep your belly lifted. Exhale, draw the belly in even more, rounding the back. Then switch the cross of the legs. And inhale, look over your left shoulder. I'm widening the collarbones here. Come to center, exhale. And inhale, look to the right shoulder. So try to get your chin above your right shoulder. As you continue to sit up tall, bring it to center. Now, left ear to left shoulder, then look up. Right ear toward right shoulder. Look up. Left ear toward left shoulder. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, right ear toward right shoulder. Then bring it all the way around. And then looking up, bring your chin towards your chest. Go to the right. Looking up, and then bring it back to center. Now take your whole body forward. So torso forward. Bring it to the right, then forward, and then to the left, and then round the back as you go back. So inhale, bringing it forward. Make a big circle. And now switch. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, round the back. So inhale to the left, then forward, then right, then round the back. Inhale one more time. Circle around with your torso. And then bring yourself back to center. Roll forward onto the hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Now, look over your right shoulder as you shift your hips to the right. Try to look at your right hip. Come to center and inhale to the left. Shift your hips to the left. Look at your left hip. And back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Shifting the hips to the right. See if you can find that right hip back there. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. So turning toward the left hip. See if you can find it there as you stick the left hip out. Then walk your hands in front of your shoulders and stretch back into child's pose. Now bring your hips to the right, then to the forward, and then over to the left. So circle with your hips. So right, bring them forward, then to the left and back. And little circles, big circles, whatever feels good with your hips, and then go in the other direction. So take them back to the left and then over toward the right heel, and then right wrist, left wrist. And circling around again. So big circles, small circles, just stretching out the hips and the spine. Now make your way back into extended child's pose. Keep the arms forward, spread the fingers wide. Press into the base of the fingers. Lift up through your forearms, come onto your knees, tuck your toes for down dog. Arms, shoulders distance, feet hips width, and then bicycle the legs here as you're warming up. Just bending one knee and the other. Start to Bend both knees, sticking your hips up high, and then straighten out the legs. Try to stretch your spine as much as you can. So if that means to keep your knees bent a little, that's okay. As you're here, pull your belly in and up. Look forward. Exhale everything out. Walk feet to hands. Then inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. And exhale, fold in, hips over heels. Press down through the feet and rise up on your inhale. And then exhale, Samastitihi. Come to the front of the mat. Feet together or hips socket distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up and look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at your hips. Then inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, make your way into plank pose. And slowly lower to your belly. Knees can be up or down. Come to cobra on your inhale. Exhale, press up to the knees, tuck the toes, and stretch back into down dog. As we warm up our first Surya Namaskar A, usually modify it, take a little cobra, take the knees down. You can stay with that the whole time though, if that's better. Up dog doesn't feel good on every person's body, so do what's best for yours. Look forward on your inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Exhale, bend the knee and open up the hips, stretch down through the left heel. Now square off your hips. As you exhale, lightly step it up by the right hand, left knee to the floor. Keep the back toes tucking under as you sink forward. Pull your right hip back. Lift up through arrow, straight arms, maybe looking up if that's all right with your neck. Spin triceps forward. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle, pointed straight ahead. Exhale, bring the hands down. Grab your block. Take it to the inside of your right foot. Left hand down, right arm up, twist. If it's fine to reach your hand to the floor instead of a block, that's okay. But try to keep the twist from above the waist. So try to keep your hips level. Keep the arms just as they are as you come up. So you're still twisting. Widen across the collarbones, looking over the right side of your body. And now tucking the back toes, perhaps lift the knee. If that's too much, keep the knee down. Make sure the right knee's over the ankle. Then leaning forward, hook that left arm across, prayer twist. So keep pulling the right hip back, lift your back, outer thigh, and outer hip up. Release the hands down, come to plank, lower chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows, then inhale, make sure shoulders are above wrists and up dog, and then stretch back to down dog. Lift your left leg on your inhale. Exhale, bend the knee and open up the hip, reach down through the right heel, pressing evenly through arms and shoulders, draw the ribs and belly in. Squaring off the hips, step the left foot up, right knee down, make sure left knee's over ankle, and then come into your low lunge. As you sink your hips forward, lift your hip bones up towards your lower ribs, draw your front ribs down, and lengthen through the back body. Gently looking up if that's okay with your neck, spin triceps forward. Now grab your block, take it on the big toe side of the left foot. Keep pulling left hip back, reach your right arm up and stretch it up. Stretch up through the top arm as you press down through the bottom arm. Keep the belly and ribs pulling in, and then just come up. Keep the arms extending out as you're in your twist. So widening the collarbones, again, pull the left hip back. Send the right hip forward, and then if it's working for you, lift off your back knee, continuing in that same position, shoulders right above hips. Keep the belly pulling in, keep breathing. Now lean forward and hook your right arm across for your prayer twist. Press your thumbs right toward the chest, widen across the collarbones here, lifting back inner thigh and dropping the outer hip down slightly. And now look forward, bring the hands to the mat, step to plank pose, and exhale chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog or cobra, it's your choice. And exhale, stretch all the way back into down dog. Reconnect your breath here. Inhales and exhales equal in length. Spin triceps back, outer upper arms back. Lift biceps forward. Then look up, exhaling everything out. Step the feet up, inhale, lengthen. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Press through the feet. Inhale. Look up, lengthen as you press firmly through the feet, and then come to Tadasana, Samastitihi at the front of the mat. Start to ground down through the left leg. Picking up your right foot into tree pose. Take the right foot anywhere above or below your knee. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. Drop your right hip down toward the floor as you squeeze your left hip in toward the midline into center. Pull in through the ribs and belly. Keep a steady gaze to help with your balance. Then I'm going to bend the standing leg as you hook your right leg on top of the left. Garudasana eagle legs. Then bring your left arm on top of your right for eagle arms. Squeeze in the legs. Point your hip bones straight ahead. Now, if you can wrap your foot around your shin, do. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Release it. Step back into high lunge. Make sure the left knee's over the ankle. Bend the back knee so you can tilt the pelvis forward. Lift your chest. Draw your shoulder blades away from the ears. From here, take your back foot flat, line up heel to arch, and then open up for warrior two. Stretch out through the arms. Lift your chest, draw your shoulder blades away from the ears. Now, hook thumbs or interlace fingers behind you. Look up, inhale, and fold as you exhale, stretching out the shoulders. So the left shoulder's moving toward the left knee. Make sure your elbows are not locking out. So do the best you can to soften there. Come on up, back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down, make your way to plank, and lower through chaturanga. Then inhaling upward dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, stretching back into downward facing dog. Arms and ears in line. As you inhale, look up and lengthen, step forward. As you exhale, fold in. And then rooting down through the feet, look up, Urdhva Hastasana, then exhale again, Tadasana at the front of the mat. So now we'll ground down through the right leg and pick up the left foot, taking it anywhere above or below the knee. Find your steady focal point. Sweep the arms up when you're ready on your inhale, dropping left hip down toward the floor and pinning the right hip in towards center. Now bend your standing leg a little bit so that you can cross the left leg on top of the right. Maybe hook the foot on the calf if it works for you. Otherwise, don't. Then bring your arms to a T, right arm on top of left. Lift the chest here. Keep your steady focal point. Squeeze the legs. Squeeze the outer hips in, pointing hips straight ahead. Then uncross your top leg and step it back to find crescent pose. Make sure the right knee's over the ankle. Bend the back knee so you can tilt the pelvis forward and find length in the low back. Open up your chest, maybe looking up a little bit. Pull the right hip back. Now take your back foot down, line up heel to arch, and inhale, open into warrior two. Make sure the knee's over the ankle and in line with the middle toes. Lift your chest and then take your hands behind your back, hooking thumbs or clasping hands. Exhale, fold over your right leg. So your right shoulder's moving toward the right knee. Lifting up through the arms, but not locking out the elbows. Press through the outer edge of the back foot, lifting back inner thigh. Press firmly down into the front heel as you come up on your inhale. And release the arms. Exhale. Windmill the arms down. Come to plank and lower through chaturanga. Then inhale, press up through the hands and feet, shoulders above wrists. And exhale, tuck the toes, stretch back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Even out your breath. Keep stretching back, lengthening out the spine. And then come to plank on your inhale. And slowly lower all the way to your belly. Knees can come down first. And then reach your arms forward. Setting up for Shalabhasana, lift your right arm and left leg. Lengthen your sitting bones toward your heels. Pull your belly away from the floor. As you lift up through the arm and leg, press down on the other arm and leg. The more you press down, the more you can lift. Release and rest. Forehead down, or you can take one ear down. Then back to center. Reach the arms forward again. Now lift left arm and right leg. Make sure to lift the leg from the inner thigh. Reach your sitting bones towards your heels. Pull in through the belly. So remember, the more you press down, the more you can lift away. It's a root and rebound. And release back to center. And then both arms in front. Inhale, lift everything up. So continue to lengthen your buns to heels. Pull your belly away from the mat. Back of the neck long. And then release and rest. So So these are great for strengthening the back. Now bring your left forearm parallel with the front of the mat and reach with your right hand back for your right foot. Lift the leg away, pull it back if you can reach it. You can always use a strap here as well. If you want to go deeper, take the hand on the big toe side of the foot, drawing that heel in toward the right hip with your elbow pointed up. Make sure to keep lengthening sitting bones to heels and release. We'll do the other side. Left hand to left foot. So you can take it to the little toe side, lift the leg up, pull it back so you can stretch out the front of the thigh. Make sure to keep lifting your hip points towards your lower ribs to protect your back. You can stay with that, or take the hand toward the big toe side of the foot, point the elbow up and bring the heel toward the hip. Not too far on the outside, just right toward it. And then release. Now, reaching back for both feet for Dhanurasana. We'll inhale, lift up, press the feet back, continue to lengthen sitting bones towards the backs of your knees, pull the belly away. If that's too much, you can stay with Shalabhasana instead. Try to keep your knees no wider than the hips, and release and lower. Hands by low ribs, press up onto the knees and stretch your hips back to your heels for a nice child's pose. We'll stretch out the spine here after our back bends. So take some long, smooth breaths right into that low back. And then coming up, stretch back into down dog, further stretch out your spine. So lifting the weight up toward the hips, then down through the heels. Now walk your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. Malasana. Turn your toes out as much as you need to have your knees and middle toes line up. Drop your hips down. If it's too much to go lower than the knees, keep the hips higher than the knees. Widen through the collarbones. This is another great stretch for the lower back. And then bring your hands behind you so you can sit down and extend the legs forward for Dandasana. Sit up tall, pull your toes back, and then bend your right knee in. Pull the left toes back, reach both arms up, inhale, hinge from the hips, exhale, lengthen on your inhale, extend forward on your exhale for Janu Shirsasana. If it's hard to reach the foot, you can hold the leg or you can use your strap. Inhale your head up, exhale, release. Now take the right sole of the foot onto the floor. Bring your right arm inside of the right leg. Bring your left arm behind, maybe clasping your hands, holding your wrists, or holding onto your shirt. Pull your left toes back as you lean forward and then roll your right shoulder away from the floor to widen across your collarbones. This is called Marichyasana A. Inhale, come on up. Now bring the foot right in toward the leg. Bring right hand behind, left arm across, and twist. As you inhale, sit tall and lengthen. As you exhale, roll your right shoulder back and twist. Make sure the left toes are still pointed up. Bring the head to center. Come forward back to Dandasana, and we'll do the other side. Take the left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips forward. Lengthen as you inhale. Extend as you exhale. So as best you can, lead with your chest to lengthen out your spine. Belly toward thighs. Long, smooth breaths. Inhale, head up. Exhale, release. Take your left foot flat on the floor. Bring your left arm on the inside. Wrap it around. Take your right hand behind and hold on to your left hand or your shirt as you fold forward. Rolling the left shoulder back. Pull the right toes back. And this is good for the hips and the shoulders and the hamstrings, all kinds of things. Inhale, come on up. Now left hand behind the back, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bring it across for your twist. This is Marichyasana C. As you inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist maybe a little deeper. Head to center, unwind, and then lie back onto the mat, hug knees into chest, and then take the little toe sides of the feet or the ankles or legs, happy baby. Rock gently side to side, keep your sitting bones long, And then releasing that, we'll make our way into our final resting pose, shavasana. So be sure to extend your sitting bones toward your heels, your shoulder blades towards your waist. Let your feet flop open, arms by your sides, your palms up. Close your eyes, sink in, and completely relax. Our quote today, which comes from the Love Big Journal. All my quotes are coming from the Love Big Journal. It's a journal that my teacher put together. And this is from Annie Dillard. She said, "How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives." Now just relax. I will be back shortly. And start to take some longer breaths as you move through your hands and your feet and stretch out through your arms and your legs. And then bend your knees, roll off to your right side, and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up today and taking your practice. And make your way up to seated. Bring the hands together in front of the hearts, and we'll bring hands to forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communication, sending out positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Tomorrow we have another core class, and I want to invite you to our Patreon group. And I want to thank all of the Patreon supporters, and I would love to have you there as well. Today we did a video call with anyone in the Patreon group that wanted to join, and we did questions and answers. We talked about benefits of poses. It was super cool. We had people from all over the world. So if you go to patreon.com/Fightmaster Yoga, you can become a member, and you'll also get access to 7 more classes after this Yoga Fix 30 is over that no one else will have access to. I also mentioned the Love Big Journal by Diana Christensen, and I'll put the link below in case you want to pick up your own copy. See you tomorrow. Bye.